Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to rank almost every deck in this current format. Let you know guys how competitive Yu-Gi-Oh is looking right now and how strong those decks actually are. You know what? Let's just jump right into it, okay? Let's just do it. Okay, so I got two lists. That I want to show you, okay? One is the unbiased version and one a biased version. Let's start off with the unbiased version, okay? The unbiased would be Branded Despia, bro, just ash it, okay? Kashtira, just Book of Eclipse it, fuck it. Mathematics, I don't even know what to do about it, just RP Feather Duster against Labyrinth, put the shit away. Flunder, we're not even going to talk about Flunder, you can... Exorcisters, I don't even know who still plays Exorcisters, man, honestly, haven't seen a single one play this deck in this new format. Then we got Marinces. Yeah, exactly. Elements. Ban list. That's all I gotta say. Sprite. Yeah. Heroes. Unfortunately, Nibiru is a big thing now, so I'm sorry for all the hero players, but you guys gotta go. Yeah, I'm sorry. Next up, Dragonlink. Dragonlink got killed really bad. No one is playing Dragonlinks anymore. No one. No one. Just not good in this format. Then we got Naturia. Guys, I mean, Naturia with Runic can work, but honestly, nope. Next up, we got Sword Soul. Sword Soul is actually pretty cool, man. I like Sword Soul. If I wouldn't have played Blackwings, then I would definitely play this deck. So, Sword Soul pure domination, man. I like it. Dinos. This is a deck that I'm really scared of, to be honest. Okay, because if it's able to get like activate the field spell, then I have a huge problem with this, man. Like the field spell actually hurts me. So yeah, this is actually really strong. Tri-Brigade. Honestly, all I gotta say is that Shurek was supposed to be a Blackwing monster. Okay, it is not supposed to be a Tri-Brigade. So that pisses me really off, which makes this deck really garbage. Scarecrow, this is just a Baguska. This is a new version of playing Baguska, to be honest, man. Then Traptrix, yeah, bro, just Hoppy Feather Dusted the shit out of this shit. Then we got Drytones, I don't even know. Is Drytone still a thing? Yeah. Then Plunder Patrol. Yeah, exactly. Mikanko, just imperm the Isolde, then we all good. Spring guns, whatever you call it. To this day, I have no idea what this deck does, man. I have no idea. All I know is that they can recycle a lot, but that's all I know, to be honest. And last but not least, yeah. Guys, yo. Hey, this is just an unbiased list, okay? This is just an unbiased list, okay? Take it or leave it, I don't care. Okay? This is just the truth that you guys... Like, this is the truth. This is just the truth. I'm not even sure, like... I have over 300 videos that explains why this is the best deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! History, okay? Alright. But you know what? Let's do another list, okay? This is just that list. It is. Oh, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to show you that list because I feel like you guys are not ready for it. So therefore, let's do another list, okay? Let's do another list. Just for you people, okay? But that's not my list. That's just a list that you guys probably like to see. Okay. Branded Despia. Branded Despia is actually a pure domination in this format, to be honest. Like with the new support it got, and the crazy thing is it is getting even more support in the future, and with Cartasia and all of this stuff, this deck is actually huge, okay? So it is pure domination, honestly. Yes, if you ash the branded fusion, it looks tough for this deck, but even then, like, somehow it still manages to survive one turn, and then next turn they're just gonna activate the branded fusion again. And yeah, it's, this deck is really strong. Okay, it is really strong. Next up, the ultimate the dino deck. And I feel like this deck, guys, it has a lot of potential. It has a lot of potential, and I'm struggling a lot against this deck, especially if they start with the field spell, because it just summons a token on my side and I can't get rid of that token. And with that token on my side, I can't use my Gamma, I can't use Lightning Storm, I can't use Evenly Matched. So this hurts a lot. This hurts a lot, okay, especially against me. Against every other deck, it might not be as good, but I feel like if this deck has a good pilot, then it can actually work wonders. Okay, really. So I would say this deck is really strong, but it just needs a good pilot. Okay, like it should be between the needs a good pilot and strong, but like it is really strong. It's just, yeah, okay, let's just put it here. Needs a good pilot. Okay, needs a good pilot. All right, next up we got Flunder. Flunder is a deck, guys. Me personally, I never thought that this deck was an issue, but the truth is I haven't played other decks besides Blackwings, so I don't really see the struggle that everybody else has. Okay, but if you got like bolt breakers and all of that, then like usually it's enough. Like, I don't know, I don't really see the issue. I don't really see this deck topping any YCS in the future, to be honest. But only if like a huge amount of people play this deck. For example, like let's say 20% of the participants play Flunder, then obviously it's going to top. But besides that, like, in my opinion, it is straight garbage. It's just my opinion. Okay, this is my opinion. I feel like it is. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, this deck was only good because a lot of people play it. But imagine like if the same amount of people that play Flunder would play Dinos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like more people would win with Dino deck than with this deck. Or am I wrong? I'm not sure. Just let me know. Okay, next up we got heroes. Unfortunately, guys, in a format where Nibiru is a thing, this deck is like one of the decks that struggle the most. And yeah, Nibiru is just an arch enemy, and if you can't play around Nibiru in this current format, then you should just skip the format. Okay, as much as I love heroes, yeah. Next up we got the Makanko, whatever it is. Honestly, me personally, I never struggled against this deck because I knew that I only had to empty Isolde and that's it. I understand that there are ways where you can summon Baron de Fleur before you go into Isolde and all of that, but like only if you have a great hand. And if you can't play with two cards, with a 2-card combo around Nibiru or against stuff like that, then that deck might not be as good. Okay, so I would say it needs a good pilot, but it depends on, like, I see the potential. Okay, I see the potential, but I haven't seen anyone like make me scared with this deck. Okay, so I would say just make it. It's a good pilot. Okay. Next up, Drangling. This deck just died. Just checked. It just died. But I feel like, I don't know if it's me, but I feel like this deck still has a lot of potential. I feel like it really does. So I would say it's almost the same as Blackwings, man. Like, people sleep on Blackwings and they just be like, they do not even put Blackwings on this list because I don't know how to explain, but people need to look over the fences. Okay, if you can look with the deck over the fences, then you might see possibilities and ways that you haven't seen before, and I feel like Drangling has that kind of potential. It really does. I feel like it does. So I would say it needs a good pilot. Okay, Next up, Marintas in a format where you're playing a lot of board breakers. This deck unfortunately isn't as good. Just kaiju the tower away and then it's over. And yeah, so I'm sorry, Marintas. Gotta go. Next up, we got Tri-Brigades. Tri-Brigade is a deck that can really do a lot of damage. Doesn't matter if you play with Lurlusk or with Sprite. Even I feel like if you play with Sprite, you gotta be like, it is a big brain deck if you play with Sprite, because if you mess up, you can easily mess up with this deck and then just lose against yourself, because you are blocking yourself from, like, if you do the if you summon the monster on the wrong timing, on the wrong way, then you easily lock yourself out from your own place. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I think you do. Okay, so but if you know how to play with this deck, then it is really strong. Okay, so let's put it over here. Next up, we got Telements, and Telements is a deck that got hit a lot, and it cannot, I don't know, I feel like it's not as consistent anymore, and you cannot play a lot of, like, if you want to play a consistent version of this deck, then you cannot play a lot of hand traps or board breakers. And in a format like this, where it is where like hand traps and board breakers literally win your games right now, you just have to play at least 10 to 15 hand traps. I feel like a good deck needs to play 10 to 15 hand traps, in my opinion. Otherwise, you're losing in this format for some reason. So tough. Let's say, if I don't know, like, I feel like there might be somehow, some way, a player in a white set that will come out one day with a Telement deck that will surprise every single one of us. Okay, so let's say it needs a good pilot. Next up, we got Mathematics, and guys, Mathematics is crazy. This deck has a lot of potential. It really does. It can play also a lot of hand traps. So be aware. Okay, I'm gonna put it over here, because like, this deck is actually crazy. It is actually crazy. Trust me. Like, you easily play around Nibiru, and this is like the most important part. If you can play around Nibiru, then this deck is really good. It's very good. Okay, and yeah. Alright, what else we got? Plunder Patrol. Plunder Patrol is a deck where I feel like I haven't lost against this deck ever, okay? And I was never in a critical situation with this deck. You can nip it. If you nip it on the right time, it's also a done deal with this deck. So, I don't know. I see the potential. I see a lot of people playing this deck, but I don't know, man. You might hate me on this one, but let's say it needs a good pilot. Okay, let's say it needs a good pilot. Next up, we got Naturia. Naturia, if you play this deck with Runic, it is also crazy, but it can brick. It can brick really bad, and I've seen people brick with it. But if it does not break, it is really strong. So let's put it over here. Okay, it can be really strong. Same thing with Sprite. No, not same thing, but like, if you play this deck with Runic or with Tri-Brigade, this deck is also really strong. So let's put it up here. Okay, what else we got? We got okay, Scarecrow. Scarecrow is something really interesting, because I feel like this deck combined with Kashtira can do a lot of damage in this format. Yeah. Where should I put this? Let's say it needs a good pilot. Okay, let's say it needs a good pilot, because it can lose so easily. Okay, especially against board breakers. But if, I don't know, it's tough, man. It's really tough. Let's put it over here. Okay, let's do it over here. What else we got? Okay, Spring Guns. Spring Guns or Spring Guns, whatever you want to call it. This deck is actually really interesting. It can recycle a lot. it can recycle a lot. And I feel like in a format like this, where your board can easily be broken with board breakers, it is important to recycle. So this deck is actually pretty decent. Like, if it has a good pilot, this deck is also something to look out for. So yeah, that easy. Dryton. I've seen people actually topping locals of it, but it's not something that I would recommend in this current format, to be honest. So let's just take it out of here. And then Exorcister. It's just a worse version of Kashtira right now. So yeah, it's tough. I haven't seen anyone play this deck in this format yet. So Kashtira is so Exorcist is not something that I would recommend to play. But I feel like maybe we shouldn't sleep on Exorcisters. Maybe we shouldn't. But at the same time, it's tough, man. It's very tough. It's really tough. Let's put it. Nah, fuck it, man. Let's take it out. No one plays this shit anymore. Traptrix. Traptrix, believe it or not, is actually a strong deck. It is, man. Those traps, like, if you don't have like back row removal or something because you are too focused on Kashtira and you don't have a good side deck, then Traptrix can. It is like really, really strong, man. Trust me. This deck can do a lot of damage. It can do a lot of damage. And yeah, it is also easy to recycle with this deck. Okay, we got 4 more left. Let's continue with Labyrinth. Labyrinth is a deck can easily dominate in this format because people like to play board breakers and all of that stuff. And if you got those 5 set past your turn, crazy. On your turn, all you're gonna do is draw Lava Golem, Rostria mode, break the board of your opponent, set 5, end your turn. Like, this deck is really, really crazy. Okay, it's possible that this deck might lose against something like the Ash. Okay, but one of your other traps or cards that are set will be something like Dimensional Barrier or I don't know, just like Floodgates, Skill Drain, whatever. So yeah, you're gonna see Labyrinth dominate a lot in this format. Next up, Swordsoul. Swordsoul is a deck that I would love to play if Blackwings wouldn't be a thing. But yeah, like, Swordsoul is really strong, and I feel like people sleep on this one a lot, like they really do. But the truth is that you can play up to 15 hand traps with Swordsoul, and it can brick with hand traps. Okay, it can brick, but for some reason, like, most of the times that or most of the thing is, you can actually play this deck even without hand traps, and then you can play through multiple interruptions. So this deck is really something that you should not sleep on. Okay, Swordsoul is something that I feel like like, if a lot of people in a YCS or like in a regional play this deck, then you're gonna see almost every time a Swordsoul play top. Almost every time. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like, if they, you know what? Don't be surprised if Swordsoul actually tops a regional very soon. Okay, don't be surprised. Next up, we got Kashtira, guys, and you might think now, okay, we have nothing on the Beyond God tier list yet, but the truth is that I don't believe that there is any deck in this current format that is going to dominate, like, most of the times. I really don't think there's any deck that is like the elements completely dominating a format. I really don't believe that, because like those 4 decks, okay, that you see on the domination list, if they play against each other, you will never know the outcome. You will never know the outcome. It can always be, I don't know, one or the other. It's like 50-50, okay? I thought that Kashtira will dominate this format. I really thought that, and I was really scared. But once I actually played against Kashtira, I realized that all my fear and all my, like, I shouldn't be as afraid as I was. So yeah, I mean, I haven't lost against Kashtira yet. Not a single match. And Svoltso can actually, even like if they go full combo, then with a good Svoltso hand, you can still, even without wall breakers, you can still somehow manage to just beat Kashtira. So yeah, this is the way. Okay, so now, last but not least, what do we have here? Blackwings. Okay, so the thing about Blackwings is, guys, that I've seen a lot of people try to play this deck, and I also seen a lot of people like completely lose with this deck. And I see the comments. I see a lot of you keep writing, bro, I brick so hard. All I do is just lose with this deck and all of that. But the truth is that this deck, like, it's crazy. If you go and look now for any other tier list or whatever, like top decks in this current format, you won't see Blackwings anywhere. You won't. But Blackwings is one of the few decks that can play through multiple interruptions with a 2-card combo. There's not a lot of decks that can play, like, we can actually play through 2 infinite impermanents with only 1 Simoon. There's no other deck that can actually do that. Like, usually every other deck loses against 2 impermanences. And yeah, like, and at the same time, like, you can play up to 15. Like, it depends on what version you play. You can play the Kali Yuga version, you can play like pure synchro version, or like a going second version. Like, there's so much potential in this deck that I wouldn't put it like, honestly, I would put it right next to all those other Kashtira, Branded, Labyrinth, Swordstone. Because even, like, when does a deck prove itself how good it is? In my opinion, it proves it when you only have like a full engine hand and you're going second. Okay, you get a full engine hand and you're going second right now. This is where a deck shows and proves how good it really is. Okay, and I was able to break boards with a full engine hand. Not a single board breaker, not a single whatever. Like, I was able to do that, and I think this is where decks actually show how good they are. Not if you like rely on board breakers or hand traps or whatever. It's actually like, how far can you get with the engine? And this is why I believe, like, if you actually take the time and understand Blackwings, then you will dominate every local. And guys, I mean, Silent Blackwing and myself, we actually have proven that this deck is something that you should not sleep on. I feel like we were the only 2 Blackwing players at the YCS in Lyon, and we both had a great record. Okay, we both did. He went 7-2-3, I went 6-3, and by the way, like, the 2 losses that, like, the 3 losses that I had could be prevented. It could be. Okay, it was just unlucky. So yeah, and I was going on a 6-game winning streak. So I feel like this proves a lot. I really do. So yeah, I don't know what you guys think about this list. I'm probably gonna get a lot of backlash for this one. A lot of hate, probably. I'm not sure. But yeah, especially for my straight garbage list down here. Yeah, I'm not even sure if I should upload this video, to be honest, man. Probably gonna get a lot of hate for this one. But yeah. Oh no. Oh shoot, man. I'm scared to upload this video, to be honest. Whatever. So, yeah, guys. Like I said, I really don't think that there's a single deck that is actually dominating the whole format. Like, it really depends on. I really feel like every deck can win a regional or even a YCS. Every deck. At the end, it's probably always going like the like. Imagine this. We're going on YCS, and you see 30% or 20% of the players at the YCS play Blackwings. What do you guys think is going to happen? A Blackwing player will win the YCS. I promise you. But if only like, I don't know, not even 5 of 3,000 people play that deck, then it's obviously hard to top with a deck like that, because it really is. I don't think there was ever a player in Yu-Gi-Oh history that was an underdog that came in with a deck that no one even cared about, no one noticed, and they completely won the YCS. I don't think this shit ever happened in Yu-Gi-Oh history before. But yeah, this. And the thing about Blackwings is that you can play like so many different ways. Like your opponent will never know what you're trying to build. Okay. Therefore, they won't know where to interrupt because they don't really know your deck, right? Because you can end up on Caliuga, you can end up on a whole synchro board, you can end up on so many things. So yeah, I don't know what else to say, guys, to be honest. So, and yeah, and if you get nipped at the wrong time, you can still end up on Caliuga. And worst case scenario, you're just gonna end up on 3 towers or 2 towers, something like that. So yeah, and that you can play consistency Dragoon and Blackwings is also something that you should keep in mind. Alright, guys, that's it for me. Please don't be too harsh on me, man. Please. Alright, I'm out. Bye bye.